All you MCs don't.
This is Major Talented One, episode 10. Once again, as we always do, we always have special guests, and once again, we've got another special guest here, Miss Frankie Staywoke up in the building, live here. We got a lot to unravel and a lot to get through right now. I've known Frankie for a while, from her whole journey of this music thing. Like I said, from when she was like, "Oh, baby, I'm not really feeling these bars."
No, literally from before I even mentioned rapping, anything to do with rapping.
And she just turned into the flame fire. That's like how I hear it. Looking flame. Look at the fire. That's her, Phoenix. So Frankie, right? What I'm gonna ask you is like how I ask with everyone else, even though I probably know most of these answers anyway. But they let me get to the people. So when did you first decide to say, "Yo, I'm gonna jump on this thing. I feel this thing, and I'm just gonna do what I'm doing"? So like, when did that come and hit you?
Well, when I decided to take it serious.
When you started to say, you know what? Yeah, basically, yeah. When you wanted to take it serious.
Yeah, because obviously, as you know, it was probably late 2017, I think, when my interest even went there, and I was just writing, coming into work every day, like, look at this, listen to this.
She was.
Yeah, and at the time, it was just something, like a new hobby that I really just picked up that I was enjoying. I didn't even think of like really taking it seriously. I didn't think anyone would take me seriously, like really truly. I was always a singer. Yeah. You know that already, innit? Yeah, and then so it was maybe 2018 when it started. I think I finally posted up a few things on Instagram. So obviously it drew a couple of people in. Started networking a bit, like people asked me, and then I got invited to a radio station. That's literally how it started, because before that it was just me in my bedroom and just writing.
I mean, on the Instagram, maybe you did a lot of stuff on the Instagram things, and fully. I mean, and that was one of the things, because you was when I was watching it, you was touching on a lot of different topics, and some topics that might be uncomfortable for some people. You know what I mean? In relation to, but a lot of people relate to it. So how was it? I mean, obviously, it kind of felt to me like when you was doing, it was like something, it was therapeutic.
Yeah, it was.
And so, in relation to even your whole writing format, I mean, what's your kind of writing format of how you get something done, like, you know, in relation to how when you're putting it together?
Do you know what, I think how it started was because obviously, like I said, I started writing, and then I was just kind of having fun writing with it. And then what I started to realise was I was probably going through a lot, which I didn't even realise. And my normal outlets that I was, like, I had, when I'd met you, I'd just come out of modelling and into full-time work, and I was just working normally. But I used to model, I used to sing. There was a lot of things I used to do that wasn't no longer working. Do you know what I mean? And I was quite amped up, and you know me, I was a fiery character. I was quite amped up. I had a lot in there that I needed to let out. But
Fiery.
But I had no outlet to let it out. So when I had kind of landed on this, you know, rapping, this new interest, and realising, I'm actually alright with this. Yeah, I started to feel like a release. As I'm doing it, I'm like, this is making me feel better. So all the things I'm holding in now and I'm wanting to vent about, I just started. And obviously I'm going on rap beats, I'm going on grind beats, and obviously it has that aggressive energy. So I'm thinking about, like, what am I angry about? And I was just letting it out. I was just.
I mean, and that's another thing, because even like I said, your thing, because you do both the grime thing, both the rap thing, and you're very accomplished in both. You know what I mean? Like if it's the FR thing, and you're doing your thing there, or if it's the rap thing, you know, you're adaptable to that. In relation to like because obviously you use that as an outlet, but what kind of inspiration? What kind of artists would you say kind of also inspired you to do it all? You know, when you hear somebody like a particular artist and you're like, right, this makes you want to write, like
you want to be able to like unleash the way I did.
Kind of I like the word unleash.
I was going to say unpack, but unleash. I'll be honest. You know what? Because obviously you have your American artists that everyone would refer to. You know, you have the Tupacs, you have the Biggies. I really love J. Cole, Joyner Lucas. I love storytelling type rappers. I always have done, even when I wasn't even that into rap. I was biased towards certain people. I love storytelling type rappers, people that can build a story, and people that just let their emotion out. So those were the kind of artists I was drawn to. So like I said, you have like your Joyner Lucas, J. Cole, but then UK, I'll be honest, it was more the UK influence, and I'll tell you who's one of the biggest ones, Mike Righteous. Mike Righteous, I used to listen to a lot of him, and I used to always just be in awe of how much he would just put out there. And I felt it, do you know what I mean? So, also, Cadet, rest in peace, Cadet. Obviously, he was someone I've known, and I've kind of seen him from early journeys in it. So, kind of seeing him going into when he started to get quite deep and conscious of it and talking about real things and stuff like that. I used to listen to it a lot, and obviously being in the facility, I saw it a lot. I supported it a lot. So, I have another friend, Nathan Narco. Some people might know him as well. He's another talented, just storyteller type.
I think because you know
they don't like being called storytellers, by the way, but
no,
they
but
just
you know,
put a story together
there's nothing
so
wrong
well.
with there's nothing wrong
I
with
don't
being a
think there's anything
storyteller
wrong with it
because you know what, you in relation to storytelling, it's actually painting a picture with words, isn't it? And that goes to show with the skill what happens with this music thing. I mean, you have certain people just go there and chat rubbish, or you've got some people who come on and they just copy the next person. But in order to do what you're doing, and
that was my thing. Yeah, I just wanted to be original.
Yeah,
and really just talk about my experience, kind of thing.
And I've noticed, because another thing, a lot of the time when you talk about your own experiences, one, it's uniquely you, and also two, someone else out there is going to listen to that and they can relate to it. And you know what I mean? Because I found certain tunes that I can really, really relate to. You know what I mean? And it's a thing where it kind of like, wow, you're talking about me as well. Yeah. So in relation, I mean, you've done, like I said, you've done a lot of stuff. And I mean, from your first video you did, which funny enough I shot, you know what I mean, the Chun-Li thing.
And that's a lot of people's favourite video too now.
Do you know? But as I said, it was a deep thing, because as I said, there's a certain fire you do when you're unleashing, and then sometimes when you know you internally, like you kind of shy, and it's like, I'm like, nah. From when I see the way you do things, I'm like, right, it's like two different people. Yeah. And it was very like that on the video shoot, because you're like, right, what am I doing? But you still pulled it off professionally, and that's one thing. I feel proud of you, innit? Like I said, I've seen from when you went from your first bar to now. So, talking about any projects you've done, I mean, let people know what projects that you've done, and you know what's gonna be next. But we'll talk about what you've actually done.
Obviously, I released my first EP, Fire and Flame. That was released December last year, literally just at the end of December. I'm still pushing that one now. So that was my first debut EP. Obviously, I have some singles out from before then, but that was my most recent project. I am working on some other things now. I'm hoping to kind of showcase a bit more of the Staywoke side, as they say, this year, like in regards to releases, because obviously on my Instagram socials I do showcase that, like it's very, but if you don't really follow me on Instagram much, you'll know more my grime side. Do you know what I mean? More, you would have heard more my grime side, my Shelly side, and not really the other stuff, because I haven't really released it. So I want to focus a lot on releasing that, more of that kind of content. And obviously you've sent me something, so I'm patterning something for you right now, and I am tapping into that side of things and a couple of the beats. So yeah, man, I'm working on quite a few things. I've got a couple of collabs coming out as well soon, very soon, ready to drop.
From like when you was doing your Instagram thing, because as I said, it was like a thing where you started getting traction on your Instagram thing. So did you get a lot of artists wanted to reach out to kind of want to work with you and collab from that, or
what, through the
Instagram thing?
Yeah, that's how a lot of people came on to me, to be honest, because there's a very split view about people that like do the Instagram freestyles. There was a very split view on it, because they say, like, if you're a serious artist, put that energy into releasing tunes. Do you know what I mean? Which I get, but at the same time, it worked for me, because especially the way I came into it. Do you know what I mean? I just very randomly, do you know what I mean, just stepped out and was like, and came into it. So you kind of have to like build that fan base, fan base, and let people know who you are and stuff. And it was a way of also just easing myself into it and getting comfortable with it.
It's kind of even as practicing the sharpening.
Do you know what I mean? Performing to the camera, all that stuff. Because as much as I'm doing it into my bedroom and no one's with me, it was still nerve-wracking because of what I'm saying, how I'm delivering it. I still got to think about my performance. Do you know what I mean? So it was very just trying to let go and just let the real you come through camera and just do it. And it just worked for me. So the first couple times I've done it, and then the more deeper I got as well, I got a lot of messages. I've actually got a lot of messages. A lot of people have messaged me saying I've helped them, saying thank you. And it's always come at a time where I'm like in a space where I'm doubting myself, or I'm like, oh man. And then someone will send me a message and it's just like
uplifting. Well, that's
it'll pick me right back up, and that's really what keeps me going. I'll be honest, so that's why I want to kind of tap into more of that stuff, release more of that stuff, because I really think
That's what. I mean, I was gonna say that. I mean, obviously, because you've got many facets to your thing. You do the singing, you do the grime, you do the rapping as well. So when you do your projects, is it gonna be a mixture of all of them, or are you gonna say, all right, I'm gonna do a grime project, I'm gonna do a rap project, I'm gonna do this?
Yeah, I don't really think about that combining grime and rap. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll be honest, I don't really think about combining the two. When it comes to grime and rap, I think grime project and then rap project. Singing can be combined in either one. Do you know what I mean? Which I've kind of started to do here and there. Like, I wouldn't say my singing is where it used to be. Seeing as I used to class myself as a singer, I wouldn't anymore, because I'm just realistic with myself. My voice isn't where it used to be, but I can still hold a tune. I can still, do you know what I mean, sing a decent hook, whatever. So where I can incorporate that within grime tunes or rap tunes, I will. But yeah, when it comes to grime or rap, I feel like it's two different lanes, but it's not to say you can't really.
I mean, I was thinking like even a mesh of a hybrid.
Maybe like
thing.
a mixtape. If I could do like a mixtape thing, maybe. But when it comes to like EPs projects, I'd probably keep the grime and rap separate. And it's also, again, just off my own character, like Frankie Staywoke, he is meant to be like a double play. Do you know what I mean? So there is that aggressive side of me. I wouldn't say aggressive. I don't want to say aggressive,
it's fire.
but that like
fiery,
fiery side of me, like the sure. And then there's the more relatable side where it's just like, right, let me let you know the real now. Do you know what I mean? And I like to kind of keep them separate in a way. There might be a time where
I'm proud,
Frankie meets Staywoke and they combine.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking.
I might do. I'm thinking little couple tracks where I'm kind of just like reasoning with myself type of thing, so you get to see both personalities at play.
Even I mean, another thing, because even like I said, a few of the guests we've had, and it's only because some of the artists that I've had, they've been a certain type of artist in that sense. And as I said, it's a very creative thing. Do you see yourself even going into any of the acting thing as well? Could that be another facet that you would explore?
Like actually full on acting?
Or doing that, like playing a role, doing something in that kind of respect.
Yeah.
Because obviously I see you as a creative.
I think about it all the time. Yeah. In my head, I'm forever creating scenes. No, I feel like every creative does it, but I feel like everyone does it. I'm forever creating scenes in my head, and even when I'm writing songs, whatever, like there's a scene playing out in my head as I'm rapping or as I'm whatever. Do you know what I mean? I've already created a backstory in my head, kind of thing. And and I do see myself. I would like to act, but I'll be honest. You know what I mean? It's been a very work in progress with my confidence and me. Yeah.
Now, it's really mad, because at the end of the day, like you see with me, I don't blow smoke up nobody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I just talk the real.
For me, acting's like the final boss. So like, obviously I started with the modelling. That initially built up my confidence, but I didn't really have to speak in modelling, so that just allowed me to be in the spotlight and get used to it, but I didn't really have to speak. When it comes to the music, now I have to talk up, now I have to perform. So I'm getting there. The final boss is like acting. Because now I've got to be like, I don't know, it makes me very nervous.
The thing is, but you was a very accomplished, because obviously I've seen some of the modelling things that you did, and it weren't just, you see that people will say, I do modelling, and
we did very theatrical
things. You did the proper, down the runway, wearing the crazy garms, and you know what I mean?
Fashion type stuff. I went down the runway with a black eye one time. That was the makeup. That was the makeup, and it was just like, really?
But then, and then obviously, because there was, there's Frankie Staywoke obviously from the beginning, and then obviously you're in the collective of the female all stars and that. And I've told you, how did that come about in that respect?
Well, it came about very early, to be honest. Again, the same way I kind of got into it, because obviously it was Girls of Grime, the platform Girls of Grime, that I first went radio with and started to kind of do things with, which kind of led me to be then established within the scene of who I was. And obviously I met all of them through the same way. Like, we all worked together for a few times, did like a circuit of like radio shows and stuff. Then we had like a little showcase show where everyone came to, and after that, a little while after that, is like a few of us obviously just drew to each other and decided we wanted to keep working together, and that's kind of where Female All Stars came from. It was initially just meant to be one track.
But
we just wanted to do a track.
That's what I'm saying.
There's never been a track where it's just been like bare girls. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, like a power. We were trying, not necessarily like thing of power, but the amount that they had on there, we just wanted to get that bare girls together, because like it's never really been done. And the thing is, it had been done in this sense, because there was like a Female All Stars before us. Personally, obviously with like Leisha was in there.
Lioness and all that.
But obviously again, it wasn't the ratio of how many of us there were to them. That's why we were just like, there's never been so many girls.
So, I think there was one of the tunes I saw with a collective of girls. There was that tune. Was it Tinchy Strider, and it had gigs on it, and it had gets on it. There's a few man on it. I can't remember. There's a dum dum da da dum 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 dum. And yeah,
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm talking about. I mean, obviously, I might put it on there to bait people. But then there was a girl version of it that kind of did that. But I mean, you lot of, as I said, it kind of molded. It kind of created its own beast, innit? Everybody was like, you lot came together, and then the female all stars, and then you kept that going.
Yeah, no,
you've
like,
done a project,
we just all just like, yeah, let's just do a track. So obviously we got the beat, all right on the track. We all went studio and actually recorded our verses like there, so we got the vibe, kind of thing. And then like literally just there was patience with it, like obviously making sure the tune flowed and stuff, because the order in 13 girls and the order, certain people don't want to be at the end. But yeah, in the end it worked out anyway. Like I think the way.
Did you say 13 girls was on a song?
That's 13. That's what I'm saying. There's never been so many.
That is mad.
Yeah, so it's not like they hadn't been collaborations before. They had, but the amount. That's what
Was there a video done for that?
Yeah, the Switch Up, man. It went on SBTV. I think it's got over. I know it's got over 60k now. I'm not sure now. But I know the last time I checked it was like 62k or something.
I mean, and also, I mean, how for you? Because there's two things I was gonna say. From recording those songs, stuff in your bedroom, doing the videos and that, and then performing. Like obviously, you went to the radio now, so you've got them things that I've got to remember my bars.
The radio was daunting. I'll be honest. Because I'd never been in that environment before. Studio wasn't daunting to me. Like I said, I came from a singing background, so studio was calm. Yeah, I used to be in studio. When it came to radio, though, I didn't know about. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't like everyone. And a lot of people think, oh, you grew up on grime culture like everyone else. I didn't. I'll be honest. I didn't really have time for rapping.
You just jumped the queue.
Or grime. I was a very R&B soul do you know what I mean? Proper singer. And I remember. Some of my friends used to try and come and they used to put on certain things like Fire in the Booth. And I didn't know I didn't follow any of this, but this is back in the day. I didn't follow. I was like,
you wouldn't know that.
I knew of Fire in the Booth, but I didn't. I was like, turn this off. What is this? Yeah, because I just didn't appreciate it. It was mad. I just didn't have time for it. It's not like I listened to it, didn't like it. As soon as I hear rapping, it's not singing. I just didn't have time for no one that wasn't singing. That's what it was.
Know this though, like I said, because the way you are now, it's mad.
Exactly. So as soon as I started to let it in, because I went on a binge, I was like, oh shit, like how did I not appreciate this before? So I started to really take it in. Started to differentiate the difference between grime, rap, understanding it, understanding, because I grew up with a lot of guys that MC'd and I had no idea that's what they were doing, right? They were spitting on the mouth. I just thought, noise. Do you know what I mean? I was just like in a different world. So a lot of people think I come from like a grime background. I don't, but I have such an appreciation for it now. I've done my groundwork to do you know what I mean?
To know what's what.
To know what's what, whatever. And the same with rap. I just take a lot more in. Listen to a lot more people, stuff like where I didn't before. Do you know what I mean? So,
I mean, like I said, in the fact of it's weird because you saying that now and people watching you, they wouldn't know that.
I know.
Because as I said, even like
I almost didn't want to even that, when I'm honest. So.
When I've watched you even do the radio shows or done the cypher sessions and all that, you exude confidence on it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm saying, because as I said, one thing I do always rate grime artists for, good ones, is to memorize all their bars. Like Gets, when I see Gets doing a set, I'm like, how you memorize all your lyrics
hard,
like that?
Man. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you know what I mean?
I have trouble with it a lot, man. Especially in DJ, I feel like since the few years I've been doing it, my mind, the way I was able to think it in my mind to now, oh my gosh. I'm always like, oh my God, what is it? Because all right, you'll have set bars that you'll always remember, that you can always do it confidently. You can rap them backwards because you know them internally. But I'm saying, when you've written a fresh bar. Oh yeah. And forgetting one word can mash up the whole thing. It's like a flipping, like a toppling thing. If you pull out one thing, what I used to do, when I used to do my freestyles and stuff, because obviously there was a time when I was putting them out every other day. People say, how are you even writing that fast and remembering it? Do you know what I mean? But what I used to do is basically once I kind of wrote something, I was very in it. Like when I'm writing something, I'm very in that moment, in that track, in whatever. So I listen to it a lot. Like before I write anything, I'm listening to the beat a lot. Obviously, I'm formulating my idea, as I'm writing it. It's embedding itself in my head as I'm writing it. And then once I finished it, I used to record. And probably that's what I probably should start doing. I used to record myself on my phone because remember I used to come and show you. Listen to this. I used to just rap it. I'm like, no, listen. Because I used to spend time to get it right. Do you know what I mean? I used to record myself, and then I would just listen to that over and over and over again. So that's how I used to
stay in the mood.
Yeah, but I don't do that now, and that's probably what I should start
Yeah, no, you never. You see, if you got the formula, never give up.
Because people was amazed at how much I could talk, and even I was. But it was because of that.
And because, as I said, from the early days when you, like I said, when you used to play me things, and it's the one thing I always will respect and appreciate about you, because it's like, for example, obviously I've been doing the music thing for a long time. So, and if I would say, all right, maybe. Yeah, that one there, maybe change that. You never took anything offensively. You kind of soaked it in, came back, and then it was like, when I heard, I'm like, yeah, that's what, you get me. And then afterwards, it's like you'd be playing things to me, and I would basically feel like a flipping yes man, because I'm like, yo, that's hard. That's hard. And I hate sounding like a yes man. You know what I mean? In the sense that,
be like, now tell me the truth. Don't just say you like it.
But I'm saying,
like, don't just say you like it.
I'm feeling like a yes man. You get me? But you're doing your thing. And so with the female all stars, with the female all stars, so you lot have done a project.
We let our album on February 28th, FA to the World. That was our debut album. 10 tracks, 10 tracks. Some really good features on there. And
I mean, I think you're just saying good features and skipping over. I swear you did it. Was Jamie on there as well? Now talk to me about some of the features.
Right, so before the album, we did an EP, a 3-track EP with Jamie. I think that was released the year before in April. 3 tracks. So on that album, there's a remix of one of those tracks off the EP, which obviously was Jamie, and he also produced one of the beats on the album as well, and that was for a track called Drink, which a lot of people love at the moment. We've just shot a video for that.
See it there.
We got who else? We got Manga. On there.
From from the Wiley's thing, innit? What were they called again? Roll Deep.
We got Local, there's an artist called Local, I think from Wales, but he's doing really well, and really like bubbly song Champagne. We dropped a video for that recently as well, just before Drink. Was that before? Yeah, I think so. And who else? Laughter. We got Laughter on a track, on the remix, on the same, what do you call this remix from the JME EP. And we've done well. Genesis, Elijah, we've got a good few
people on
features. Oh, and 8 for 8, how can I forget 8 for 8, which is basically like a rally track. So obviously on there we've got quite a good few people. Duppy, who right now he's doing quite well in the grime scene. Snooper, Suavo. You know what I mean? Yeah, we've got some good features on there, man.
You don't know.
So that's
I mean, like I said, the whole thing. I'm proud of the whole thing, and I'm happy of where it's come from, how it's going, and where I perceive it to go. So as I said, I mean, obviously you're going to be releasing some stuff coming up. Obviously, you know what I mean. What is going to be an EP or album that you're going to put out next? You reckon?
Do you know what? It might be another EP, to be fair.
Right.
You know. Because it was already an idea I had from when I released my first EP. I already had my second EP idea in my head, so I think that's what I'm working towards. Yeah, man, we'll see, man. Like, I am definitely planning that album, but that album is just, it's gonna be a next thing in it. So I'm not really trying to rush my way to.
Definitely don't rush it.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to rush my way to that. I think I probably will release a couple projects before it gets to an album, but just know by the time it gets to the album, it's gonna be gold time.
And I was gonna say, even like, obviously you've done quite a few shows, and as an artist myself, there's always shows that stand up where you felt everything was just all together and all that. So,
man.
Tell me about one of the shows. Well, what was the favourite show that you've done when you say, you know what?
Do you know what?
I loved every moment.
As soon as you said it, I know which one it is. I wouldn't say it was my last. It's not my last show, but I think I've had shows since then. It was a recent show though, I think back in March. Right. And it was down the road. It was like one of my friends, he's an artist as well, but he decided to throw an event to kind of showcase a lot of artists. The space he got was at Clam Village, so it was quite a big space and stuff. Obviously it's his first event. We didn't really know how it was going to turn out, but it was quite a good turnout, and you know, the people that was performing that night as well, it was really good, man. It was just like a lot of people that need to be like.
But you felt that when you put your thing together.
When I was so nervous. And the thing is, this is recent, so I've performed loads, but I always get nervous before I perform.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I think that's the good energy.
Yeah, but I think what it is, I've gotten very used to performing with my collective, right? Okay. I have performed alone, but I perform more. If you do the ratio, I've gotten very used to performing with my collective. So obviously, this was the first time in a while that I was gonna be up there on my own, and then not only that. Obviously I was performing a couple of my grime tunes off my EP, but it was the first time I was going to perform an actual freestyle, one of the deeper ones, like, you know, Staywoke, as I say. I've never really performed that. I've only done Instagram freestyles. I've never so I was very nervous for that reason, because that having to do that, like I have to kind of put myself in a vulnerable space.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Yeah,
so I was nervous because I don't know how I'm gonna fare. I can show mine all day, but I don't know how I'm gonna fare having to get like real with these people right now, stand on my face, like and not quiver. Yeah.
And that's probably why you got why you felt that was the best show, because you.
No, because you know what? Yeah, I made it through for one.
Yeah.
And for two, just the energy in the room was just amazing. Like, hardly anyone knew me. Like I knew a few people, but a lot of people that come in didn't really know who I was. And I kind of performed probably midway toward the end. And a lot of people came to me after and said, you know what? Like you woke up the room. Like you just came on the stage, you woke up the room. Like you was amazing. A lot of people was like, oh yeah, you was like the star of the night. And I was like so nervous and in myself when they were saying that. I was like, really? And they were like, yeah, no.
Was that actually
we couldn't tell you was nervous. It came through. I was like, really? No, I was so. But I was like,
Did you was that recorded? You got a video recording of that?
I've got a few clips. I feel like there was someone there recording it, but I haven't seen the official recording yet. But I do have like clips at the moment. A lot of people filmed that moment and sent it to me.
92 for your twist, 54 get bit, 96 for a bit, now you're in the rabbit hole, and shit that ain't there, hot on the floor, that shit always been, cause it's all gonna...
Stuff, do you know what I mean? And there was like a moment when I was doing the freestyle and I almost choked, like not choked, but like I got a bit choked up over something, yeah, and I didn't even sense it coming, but as soon as it's at the end, the crowd sensed it straight away and it started. Like, and it was just mad.
That, you see what it is? Because as I said, I mean, there's an artist called Conway. I'm not sure if you know about Conway from Griselda, and he had a song that he done, and it was like he started crying on the stage.
Oh, wow.
And it was a thing where while he was rapping it, and he had to stop for a bit. And you know what? Like I said, so the fact that you said that. The crowd's it's not gonna be a thing where they're saying, oh, you've messed up. It's because there's so much feeling. Music brings out feeling out of us, and that's good. That's a very good thing to do. So, I mean, like I said, you're hitting many. The thing is, in the time, like 2017, that's what, 6 years. Yeah, you've done more. Like you've done more than some artists have done in a longer period of time. So you're. Yeah, I mean, come on, you've done. Look, you've done the radio. Look, you've almost fast forwarded.
I'm myself. I'm always gonna think I can do.
But you know what? Never lose that. I'd say too. Never lose that, because when you feel like, all right, I'm all good, then you're gonna start seeing a drop in your work rate. So you're hungry still right now, and I'm looking forward to some of the new projects still. Like I said, I mean, I'm happy to be a part of the journey as well, because obviously I've seen the whole journey in that respect. What we're gonna do, this is something probably new. We're gonna do because normally I'm gonna do it later on. It was later on in the show here as well. Yeah. But normally what I do is I play an artist from the Major Talented One page on Instagram for you to see and then give your opinion on it. But before I do that, there's that last tune he did over the Cammy rhythm. Yeah. So we're gonna play a bit of that on it, because I'm not the one. I'm not. That was the part I remember ringing you. So we're gonna play that now, and then we're gonna come back on the other side. I'm gonna play a little bit. I'm gonna play the whole thing. If you want to see the whole thing, jump on YouTube, run it up even more. But I'm gonna play a bit of run it up, man. Run it up like flipping Usain Bolt. But we're gonna play a little bit of it now, and then we're gonna come back on the other side and speak some more.
Jeez. Frankie snapping, rhyme or rapping, get shit cracking, disperse the verse and unleash the cracking. Frankie with the words and stay woke to baffin'. I've got this pattern, silk and satin, smooth with a flow, still kill 'em in fashion. Smoke and ash 'em, think they're bad till I choke and dash 'em. And I'll grab the mic off any MC, any guy. If it's beef, blood, but me on a beat anytime. On a stage, on a set, on the air, and he's fine. Everyone's a bad man, but I see many cry, don't at me. Rhyme is a sport and I am an athlete. Jump hurdles and shot put vast me. Kick a man down with my hot foot actually. Don't try square up, don't try match me. You're just a Shelly writer. I've got the elements and charge up. I exude intelligence, I'm harder, more Shelly by far. If you're not getting it, it's not my fault. You're upsetting it, swing if any tripod. Not a thing, always ready like raw. I'm hardly FAIR, best know your ting if you.
Once again, big up my artist, Cammy Slime. You don't know. Watch out for Cammy. But yeah, that was Cammy, and even with that, obviously it was a rhythm that was out there, and you just shelled on it. You just shelled on it. You actually shelled on it.
Do you know what? Yeah, man. I just love that.
You see with the video, when you doing the video, I mean, was it your idea, or was it the director's idea? Or?
It's kind of on the wing. I'd be like, we just winged it. We just winged it. We did have a plan setting out on the day, but quickly, like, what we wanted to do on the day, we just said, you know what?
Let's just
get shots, man. Let's just do this,
get the shots.
Yeah, and like when it seemed alright, so I was like, yeah, let's just do it, man. Do you know what I mean?
But but once again, you had the singing in there. and you had the shelling.
I think that's what I purposely wanted to just showcase a bit of that. Do you know what I mean?
I think that line was in my head for a long time. As I said when I rang you one time, I was saying, well, what was that line again? Like, yo, that's a tune.
Yeah, but I got that from my friend because I was speaking to my friend one day randomly, and she was telling me about a situation, and she was just like, yeah. She's like, because I'm not the one and I'm not the number two, and I was like, oh my god, I'm saving that for a while one day. And it was literally like months later, but it came, and I was like, this is the time. I need to use that. Yeah, and I told her after, she was laughing. I was like, yeah, I told you it would come in handy, man.
So stylistically, then, what would you say stylistically in relation to the type of beats? Be it, say for example, on the grime, what kind of rhythms? What's the kind of things that is?
When people ask me that, it's weird because I don't really know what a lot of people would probably say, oh, my style is like, people that know the Staywoke sound, like slower grime beats, or some ones the proper melodic beats, because I do love, like, whether it's grime or rap, like beats that have like a proper like melody, and just space to do you know what I mean, do stuff on it. But I also like the hard hitting skippy beats. Do you know what I mean? For me, it comes down to the littlest things. Yeah, the littlest things. Whether it's a slower tempo beat or like a hard hitting beat, the slightest sound or like even effect can make me just like the whole thing. Like, ooh, you do the right thing in the right place,
then it's all
you can
good.
just get me. Yeah. It can just get me, because sometimes you hear a beat, and if it don't drop the way you want it, it's just disappointing, man.
Yeah, no,
it's like, I had so much hope for this, and it just goes somewhere completely different where you hoped it would go. So yeah, for me, it's hard, because when people ask, like, what type of beats you like, I'm very versatile. You know me. I come from a background of like in all sorts of music as well, so I could like almost anything if it's done right. Do you know what I mean? So I don't like to limit myself sometimes. Oh, send me these. I'm just like, send me what you got. Yeah, send me a little variation, or send me what you think I'd sound good on, whatever. Because if I limit myself,
it's true.
I know I'm very wide spectrum when it comes to the kind of things I like. It just takes a certain, like even with songs and stuff, if someone hits the right note in the right place, that's it. You've got me listening to the song now. Do you know what I mean? That's just how it is. So.
I mean, and as I said, because obviously there's rap, there's grime. Now the other element, would you ever jump on a drill beat in that respect, or is it something?
See, I've got a very funny relationship with drill. Yeah, because a lot of people say, oh, you sound sick on the drill. And I have done one, like, there was one freestyle, the Home and B freestyle. Yeah. I did to that beat, and a lot of people loved that. So I said, you should do some more. And I did, on my YouTube even, works, I do have like a freestyle to like a drill beat.
But it was just, I mean, because obviously, I think, do you know what it is? I think, basically, what I'm getting at, because when you jumped on a drill beat, you don't rap like how the drill rappers rap, because it seems like it's a uniform. Like, because it's drill.
It as a grime artist.
So there's that as well. And then with the rap songs, rap beat, what kind of way would you sway in that essence? In like even tempo?
Again, either way, because sometimes I think with the rap I do tend to sway more to the, again, like more kind of melodic, maybe slower tempo type stuff, where I can kind of break stuff down, tell a story. You know me, I like to tell a story and that. But you know, certain hard hitting beats I might like as well. But I think with the rapping, it does more go to the more, you know,
story kind of telling, let people
slower
kind of
tempo
take
stuff,
in your
and
words.
then the grime is the more. But then now and then I'll find like a grime, like instrumental that kind of sits in between the two. Like I can tell a story on this, but still be. Do you know what I mean? So I love when I find that combination, but. Either way, I think the rap, and I think that's why I separate the two. Okay. Because with grime, I'm more, it's more hard hitting for me, and then with the rap, it's more when I can slow things down and actually. No,
because you, like I said, you're like a machine gun on the grime, because you're just bap, and and you're very clear with your words as well. This is another thing I'll say, and it kind of brings me on to the thing. Obviously, apart from the female all stars, obviously that's the team and that's team and that. But in relation, and I I don't even like throwing too much labels in it, because a rapper's a rapper, and I don't know say female or male, but if I was gonna say in female rappers in the scene at the moment, or whether it be from long ago or even just now,
who I rate.
which kind of female rappers are you kind of rating at the moment in that respect?
Rappers, Lil Sims. I like
Lil Sims.
Yeah,
Hey, like Lil Sims.
Yeah.
Fun enough, Lil Sims is good. Like my daughter's. And she met Little Sims and Saran, and they might be doing a tune as well.
Oh, wicked.
Just throwing that out there.
She's doing better than me.
Yeah, and obviously to go back to the episode before this, that was a special me and my daughter.
Yeah, man. She's
watch out for Saran Rules, baby visor.
You know what I mean?
But so Little Sims.
But I rate Little Sims. If we're going rap, and rap. Yeah, I'll be honest. UK wise, Little Sims sticks out for me a lot. If we're going on the cusp of that rap towards grime, whatever. Do you know what, Talifa? And I know you message
Big up to
Leafa
Leafa,
hard. Yes,
always.
Leafa, Queenie.
Queenie said so.
Yeah,
Big
and then
up Queenie.
obviously, do you know what? Lady Likes, love Lady Likes. She was like a big influence to me, like when I was.
She's a problem though. You see, Lady Like, she's actually a problem. Like,
yeah, man. I think she's not giving her flowers enough. I think
she's a killer.
Lioness
she's actually
as well.
Lioness, hate up Lioness as well.
Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, my first set. They were the first
I
radio set I
saw that.
done.
I saw that.
And it was like, oh my god, talk about getting thrown in the deep end, yeah.
One thing I'll say about Lioness is a very accommodating artist in the sense that anybody coming through, she's very like bigger sister to them, and she's very what's the word I'm looking for? She's very what's the word I'm looking for, man? I'm a wordsmith.
Innit?
I'm a wordsmith. I've lost the words, innit? You know what I mean? I
now.
can't freestyle now bars.
Wait, who you saying Lioness?
Lioness, I'm saying Lioness. She's very, as I said, accommodating to the art, and she's very, she gives
Do you know what?
confidence.
She was lovely.
She's good. You know?
She was lovely because I was probably a bit of a nerd that day anyway.
No, but I'm gonna say you did your thing. You did your thing on that time.
Yeah, I messed up a bit, but do you know what? For my first time, I thought, do you know what? I stuck it out at least. Yeah, it wasn't the best, but I stuck it out, and I think I went first. I was just, it was so much.
Oh, you went in. You definitely went in.
So much, but afterwards, I remember I went up to them and I was just saying, and they were so nice. Like, was like, no, you did your thing, man. Like, just keep at it. Same with Lights. You know what I mean? I rated them for that a lot.
This is what I'm saying. That.
So
yeah, I mean, obviously, you know what I mean. Like I said, big all those up. You know what I mean? Because there was. I don't even want to touch on the controversy, but obviously, like when I see people on certain platforms and they get asked that kind of question and they move like there's nobody and it's bare. So anyway, we're not gonna mar the thing.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. So as I said, moving forward, obviously more EPs, more albums, more grime, more rap, and then the final boss, the acting as well, which is good. Are you still gonna be? I mean, you still into the fashion thing as well, like in that respect?
It's mad because I haven't taken my foot completely out of anything. So as much as I'm not necessarily like right now, obviously music is my main stream. Everyone knows that. Even with the modelling, I still got certain connects and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I haven't done it in a while. The last show I done probably maybe about a year ago, to be fair, because I do still do things now and then. But you know, I might even make a return there. You never know.
Yeah,
but I'm kind of just biding my time. Acting is something I would love to get into. And even if I got the chance now, do you know what I mean? It's something I'd go for. So we'll see.
You might be seeing some things because, like
you might be seeing some things. And fashion, funny enough that you mentioned that, I've been because obviously I think my initial thing for anything when I was younger was fashion designing, and so I've always had stuff in my head and ideas, and I've always drawn and did little design. And I've had a big, very it's just been very on my head lately, like to kind of pick that back up again and actually get something done. Because I want my own line, I want my own makeup line.
I think you could do that. I think you could,
I mean,
and you should. And it's when you're gonna do it. You know what I mean? It's not if. It's when. You know what I mean? That's
but
the
then it's
terminology.
about sometimes you can't do everything at once. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
true.
that's something I've always struggled to. I'm like, why not?
True.
And now I'm doing it. I know why not. It's just so much. You cannot pile it all on yourself. So we'll see, man. But you know, I feel like things present itself to me when it's time for me to start thinking about them. So.
And even even because obviously, like you said, you got your setup where obviously when you're doing your pre-production and that. What about producing? Are you gonna? I mean, do you play an instrument? Like, is that something that?
Do you know what? I don't like. I've had little run-ins. Like when I was younger, I used to learn piano a bit, but I'd be lying if I remember any of that. I know basic chord progressions on piano. That's something I would like to learn more of. Even guitar, I started to get into guitar, but I need to get a new guitar because the one I had basically got stolen. But guitar was something I hadn't mastered, and I would love to be the artist that can master guitar and just sit up and listen.
Do you know what?
Like Ed Sheeran.
I kind of tried. I mean, obviously I play piano, but I tried to get into the guitar thing. And it was mashing up my fingers, and it was just like.
But you can get things, but you wouldn't be able to just do it.
No, because I think because I can play piano.
Yeah. I
was like, when I'm on there, I felt like a proper novice on the guitar. I'm like, why is it not playing? Like, what's going on? But you know what I mean? It might be something I might jump back into.
But it's the same method applied, but it's just you got to put more effort into strumming the actual strings in it.
Yep, definitely.
Rather than just tapping. But yeah, no, instrument producing anyway. And first of all, I recommend any artist, anyone has a little setup.
Of course.
You know what I mean? It helps.
Of course.
I've recently been teaching myself to kind of more engineer rather than produce, like engineer, like so just my own vocals.
Make your vocals sound sharp.
Yeah. Just been practicing. Do you know what I mean? Like little things.
And it's true because these days, I mean, to learn anything, you just turn on YouTube and put it in, and then
yeah,
you know
trust
what I
me.
mean?
Do you know what? I got a couple of friends as well that actually do it. That have been giving me bare tips, and they will send me like the right YouTube video or whatever. But yeah, it's also just sitting there and just doing it yourself.
Just
do you know
doing
what I mean? And just learning.
I mean, one thing I would say, I mean, obviously you've had a few collaborations, which is, you know what I mean, in the pocket. Is there any one particular collaboration that would be Frankie Staywoke, like, yo, I'm so happy to do this collaboration? And the thing is, a lot of the time when you ask somebody a question like that, it's not like I'm begging it. Because like I said, for me personally...
we're talking about anybody.
Yeah, because for me personally, like I said, if I could work with a Dr. Dre, that'll be my thing.
Obviously.
You know what I mean? Like, wow.
Well, okay, cool. Bring it back to my point then. If we're talking American, because I'll try to split it up to American, UK. Dream collab would be Joyner Lucas or J. Cole, like I said before. One of them, because I could just, yeah. UK. Dave, actually. I don't even know, I'm thinking hard. Dave, I prefer Dave. But that's rap-wise. Grime-wise, because I'm trying to give everyone an aspect of something. But I don't know, man, there's so many. Grime-wise, who would be V1 though?
I could hear you in a trap with Gets. I think that would be madness.
Do you know what?
You and Gets would be a mad thing.
Yeah. Do you know what?
Gets is a mad.
I don't even think of Gets. I don't think of Gets, but when you put it that way,
that'll be a mad thing. That'll be a proper mad thing.
Yeah, the energy would be mad.
Yeah, but I mean that's me putting one out. But which one would you say? Like, because that was me like throwing it in.
I know. No, well, Gets was up there, but I'm trying to think. Oh, I don't know. You know. No, it's hard. I want to pick. I would do one with all of them.
Yeah.
To be fair, they would all be crime heads.
Skepta. Okay.
Yeah. Probably Skepta, and then who was it pushing through just now? If not Skepta, Kano. But probably Skepta.
Okay, Skepta.
Yeah, but the Gets thing, I could see.
Yeah, he like I said, he's a machine gun rapper. I mean, MC.
And
like
to be fair, he kind of went on his little rap kind of more thing as well. So either way,
like I said, I've been impressed with Gets, innit? I've really been. There's been a few artists that, like, I thought it was all right at first, but then they've done a lot of body of work. Like for me personally, like Gigs, when he first came out and everyone was making a big thing about Gigs, I was like, what? Now I fucks with Gigs. He's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not just because everyone fucks with him. I'm saying like musically,
I've
seen him grow as an artist,
yeah,
and that's one thing I like to see. I like to see the growth in the artist. As I said, I've seen the growth in you, and the deepest things I know there's more to come. Like there's more to come, which is I'm you know what I mean looking forward to seeing that. I'd say in relation to any producers then, any producers that you know what I mean kind of out there. And that's worldwide. That's these Americans.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
Timberland. That's the easiest one though.
Yeah.
Producers. I don't know. See, I'm less versed when it comes to producers. Like I know, it's the names.
Yeah.
I know sounds. I'm trying to okay that.
Yeah, because Timberland he's done a lot of stuff.
I'm trying to give someone other than Timberland. Timberland's bait. Everyone's saying Timberland.
I mean, it's the old school producers, the new ones, and that stuff. Like I said, my one is Dre. Like
I know, but Dre, obviously Dre, though, innit?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, obviously Dre. That's an obvious one as well. Like Timberland and Dre are two obvious ones.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Well, it's true because a lot of time when producers, I mean, people's coming out with songs right now and they're not really emphasising on the producers a lot. So your tunes are not really know who's produced it, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I think anytime I let out a tune, I always, do you know what I mean, do my best to include the whole team, even the person who mixed it. Do you know what I mean? On promotion and stuff, I always try to give them their flowers, man. You know, because the producers need love as well. You know
it's definitely,
the producers need love as well, man. So I always try and carry the producers along within the promotion and stuff, let everyone know, you know, they did it, check it out. Like even my EP, I think most of 4, but like literally all the songs apart from 1. No, 2. There was 3 tracks from Bifera Beats. They produced most of my EP, like 3 tracks. And
they sound strong still.
You know what I mean? And then I had 2 different ones. I had Amber Productions on the intro beat, and I had Mr. Scandal and Dubstar on the second, just to shout them all out. On the second
Big them all up, you get me, Carl?
Yeah, man.
You made some great historic stuff, and even down to even with the Afro beat kind of thing. Do you see yourself on that at all, or? Because I don't like even throw because it's like musically you do what you feel feels right.
Yeah, I was gonna say not necessarily, but it depends. I don't think it's something I'd go looking for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if there was a beat that came.
Yeah, but like for example, I laid down like a little verse not long ago for one of my friends, and I'd probably describe the beat. It had like an Afro swingy thing to it. Do you know what I mean? So it kind of depends. Like, if it comes my way and I feel like I can do something with it, cool. But it's not generally something I go looking for.
Yeah, no, I get you. I definitely get you there.
Because a lot of the times when I used to find things like that as well, is like again with the challenges, like Instagram challenges, then you'd find me on beats like that because that's the kind of song the specific
you did enough
artist.
of them though. Like
I know, really. And then that's what I'm saying. As I started to kind of focus more on, put out tracks, it slowed down. But I wish I kind of stayed in that medium.
It's because like I said once again, it's just sharpening the still. But if you're doing a lot of them, sometimes if you're doing a lot of them and not putting the lyrics you've written for that on a song, then it's kind of sometimes it might feel like you're kind of wasting buzz because. And I feel that's sad. But it's always good to throw one or two out of there to show people.
No, to be fair, I haven't forgotten about them, man. I am doing a bit of groundwork going back and like right, cool. These can't be forgotten. So I am working on that as well. Now, some of the freestyles that I am going to bring them, revamp them, bring them back to life. Yeah, man. And release them properly. Do you know what I mean? Because that would just, like you said, be wasted content. It would be exclusive content, almost. But
true.
It would be at the same time waste content because again, those are a lot of the stuff that got me to where I am now. Got people listening, got people interested. So I feel like that's the stuff I really need to be pushing out there, as well as the grime stuff.
Right now we got like I said, because we did. I mean, there was a new thing of me playing Frankie's video there, the Cammy thing. So right now we're gonna get to the part of the show where I'm gonna play an artist for Frankie. Okay. Just get her general, opinion on it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And as I said, I picked them, and the responses are always organically. And it's not me like, oh, you better say this.
Have you ever had a bad response?
I haven't. I haven't had a bad response, so the pressure's on.
I can't really ruin it.
Well, you could if you didn't like it. If you don't like, no, but it's we like to people like if
I have faith in you that you will show me.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you somebody.
If you rate it, then I should rate it. So
I'm gonna keep a poker face whether I rate her or not. But like I said, so far everybody's liked who I've picked. So I'm gonna pick an artist here. We're gonna get her opinion and
is it see what's going on. Posted up on your
it's someone on the page, innit? But yeah, okay.
It was a bad thing. I knew he was damaged goods, but because I loved him, I wanted to treat him good. He's the worst of my habits, my favorite kind of wrong, and I let it happen, 'cause he felt like home. When I'm about to text him hi, I remember what I cried about last time. He won't never and he wouldn't treat me right. Only thing I'm seeing clearly is I'm love blind. Oh, tell me why he confused me, and how the hell he got me out here feeling needy. Even if he gave it all, he won't complete me. I wish we could start again and you don't meet me.
Black, you know what I mean? And as I said, I draw for artists. I like my guests to have their opinion on it. So yeah, what was your opinion on Nicole Black? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, beautiful voice, man.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it had me in my house. See, when I can close my eyes and just listen.
See? What do they say? Yeah. I don't miss.
Yeah, it makes me miss my, like, when I used to sing proper, innit? Like, I wish I could sing like that now. I can't. I'm honest with myself. I can't, man. Beautiful.
Big up Nicole Black. What I'm going to do is put Nicole's tag right here so you can see it right here. And also, go follow her. You know what I mean? She's a dope artist. Hopefully, one of them days I'll get her as a guest as well, and we can have our conversation. Also, Frankie Staywoke stuff is gonna be right here as well. Do you know what I mean? Right there. So make sure you go follow, and even on our YouTube, go like, subscribe.
Yeah, Frankie Staywoke on everything.
You know what I mean? So there's that. And yeah, like I said, we look out for more stuff from this fiery MC killer, because she just murders, and I call her the machine gun rapper. You get me? So look out for more stuff for her. Anything else, last words you want to say to the people in that respect? Anything you want them to look out for?
Do you know what I'll say? Just keep running up the EP, man. Obviously, follow me on socials, Frankie Staywoke, on everything, as I said. Find Fire and Flame EP out on Spotify, all digital platforms. Just keep running that one up.
I was going to say one more thing. Your artwork on your thing is always sick. Like, where do you get the inspiration for that? Like, is that your creative side coming out, or is it someone who does it for you?
Yeah, obviously. No, I do my artwork, man. I do my own artwork, and I do other people's as well sometimes. But I'm not. There was a point when I was promoting it, but then do you know what? On top of everything I had to do, it was just bringing in too much. I was like, I can't, man. I can't really juggle this at the moment, right? Because a lot of people was coming to me like, oh yeah. But I've done quite a few people's artwork, but I always do my own. I do majority of female all-stars as well. It hasn't always been me with female all-stars, but majority has, and yeah, all of mine, I do mine. And yeah, again, that's my creatives. I remember I was into art, like I said, fashion design, art, drawing into before anything. And I think it just came from also going to other people for covers. Some people just charge ridiculous prices, isn't it? Or when it just comes to thinking, what do I want? If I feel I can do it myself, it was never a question. I'll be honest. I knew I could do it, so it was just something straight away. I'm gonna design my own artwork, innit? Because anything I want, I can create because it's in my head, and I know how to do it. So there's no point me trying to.
People can learn from this young lady here, and I'll tell you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's real talk out here.
Yeah, man. Do you know what? I encourage everyone to just learn, like, because obviously I come from an artistic background, but at the same time, what you can do with these apps that you have out there, these free apps as well. Learn how to maximize and utilize it to the fullest, because some people don't realize what you can actually create. Like, you might think, oh, some dead little paint app or something, but if you actually just take your time to learn what everything does, and yeah, you'd be surprised what you can create, man. So I encourage a lot of people. So
another thing, if one of you artists there want to get some artwork as well, you've got Frankie's all her things there. As I said, I put it on the screen.
Yeah.
Make sure you go and follow.
Too.
And you know what I mean. And obviously, like I said, with more to come from her.
Yeah,
I'm just enjoying the journey, and I'm happy, you know what I mean, today that you come. Thank you very much for your time as well, Miss Staywoke.
You know? You got me out of the house.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But as I said, that was episode 10. Before I go, I'm going to say shouts out to the sponsor of the show, Bulletproof Dreams, always, you know what I mean? So shout out Bulletproof Dreams. Funny enough, I'm going to get, you know what it is? There's the Bulletproof Dreams t-shirts and certain wears. And I was supposed to have one for you here today, so I'm gonna have that
next time.
No, well, I'm gonna have that to you sooner than you know. Cool. You know what I mean? So, like I said, shouts out to Bulletproof Dreams. That was episode 10, season 2. Once again, there's gonna be more. We out.